Hi ladies, I'm Carla, the founder of the Feminine Energy, and I wanted to do this video to talk about a specific issue that has come up so much, especially in the Facebook group, about being a high value woman. And there's women asking, how can I become a high value woman? How do I know if I'm a high value woman? How to become one? How to be one? Etc. etc. And this just annoys me. That's a proper word. It just annoys me because you are already a high value woman. Every woman is a high value woman. We don't have to do anything to become a high value woman. And why? Because you have value already just by being you, just by being in this world, just by being born. That's your value. That's your high value. So there's no such thing as women of high value and women of low value. There's no such thing as men of high value and men of low value. What we have is people who know they have value, and others who are disconnected from that, who feel like they have to prove their value. They have to do things to show they have value. We have to achieve and conquer and do, and always on doing mode. And this is true for many women have been in masculine energy, always in hustling, always doing in order to prove their worth, in order to prove their value. That doesn't mean they don't have value. It just means that they are disconnected from that value. Or maybe for low self-esteem issues or low self-worth, lack of self-love, or how they're upbringing, whatever experiences they have in life, they're just disconnected. They're disconnected from their value, but they are valuable. They are valuable. They are high value women. There's a difference between having high standards and having low standards. No, I believe that's what it means when we're talking about a high value woman or a low value woman. It's not about her value as a person or as a human being, because it's unconditional. That her value doesn't change. A woman's value doesn't change because of what she did in the past, or where she lives, or how slim how she is. That's not where her value is. Her value is in herself. Just because she was born, just because she's in this world. But a different story, it's standards. It's if someone has high standards or low standards, because if you have high standards, you're going to be making different choices than if you have low standards in everything in your life, in your work, in your relationships, where you live, what you do on your daily basis, the people you get along, the people you accept in your life. That's what's going to be different. Then that's going to affect the whole of your life. It's going to affect your lifestyle. It's going to affect your sense of well-being, your self-love. It's going to affect your mindset. It's going to affect everything. But that is a very different thing, having high standards and having low standards. And what happens is, when you are connected to your self-value, when you know you are valuable, not because of what you are doing, because of how much you worked on, etc., but just because you are valuable. That's it, because you are. That's when you're going to have high standards. And you have high standards, you're going to make choices that are going to be a match to the value that you give yourself. So, and you're not going to accept less than what you deserve. You're not going to accept people treat you badly. You're not going to accept crappy behavior from anyone. You're not going to accept, less money or less, the less that you deserve. You're not going to do that because you are connected to your value, right? But that's what it is. But every woman has value. Every woman is of high value. She just needs to understand this and realize that she already has that value. So I personally, I don't like this of saying, oh, she's a woman of high value, she's a woman of low value. I believe this is, I don't want to put labels on this, but I believe this is not the right way to go, because it just creates like cognitive dissonance, between what we already are, because you're labeling other people or labeling yourself as low value, and that's not true. There's no one in this planet that is of low value. So as I was saying, it's a difference between having high, and it's not even how others perceive you. It's not about other people's opinions of you, because that's external. That's how others see you. You cannot control that, and it's not your responsibility. It's their problem. It's about how you see yourself and how much you value yourself. And that's what matters. So it's not about, for a feminine woman, it's not about being slim or, wearing dresses or heels or, always looking the part or etc. in order to have value. No, that's very superficial. Those are things that, of course, you can do all that. I love that. I love to take care of myself, but I don't place my value on that, because that means that my value is conditional, which is not. Even when I'm wearing my pajamas and I'm going out to take the trash, I'm still valuable. I am a feminine woman, and I have exactly the same value as if I am completely looking the part, getting ready to go out, and it's the same. My value is exactly the same. So this is just a question of you as a woman, as a feminine woman, finding that value inside of yourself and how you see it, because that's what really matters.